Mr. Kendall Arnold. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing just fine. What's up, everybody?
Glad to have you. Now, Kendall's been with KastKing for a little while. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow Kendall. You can check him out. It's Kendall Arnold on Facebook, and he's also got Kendall Arnold Fishing on Facebook as well, correct?
Yes.
So,
and
you've got it on Instagram,
YouTube channel.
You've got it on YouTube and Facebook, all Kendall Arnold Fishing. Now, on Instagram, though, it is Kendall_Arnold_fishing for Instagram, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, Kendall, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about how you came to be with KastKing, and then I want to hear about what happened in this picture back here.
All right, so my name's Kendall. As you guys know, that's been stated. I started fishing I was 4 or 5 years old. Really got heavily into bass fishing when I was about 10. Really got into the tournament scene. That was the coolest thing to me. And I wanted to get into it. And for the past 7 or 8 years now, I've really tried to hone in, skills, learning different tactics that everybody needs to have for fishing. And now I'm getting fairly comfortable. I'm figuring stuff out, doing really well in tournaments, as we've already talked about. Brought the plaque with me.
Ooh, look at you, winner, fish stick dinner.
My baby. But how I came to be with KastKing is actually an interesting story because it revolves around the guy that you see in the picture next to me in the background of AJ. That's my buddy Matthew, and back whenever KastKing first came on the market, he got a reel and he let me use it for a little while, and I fell in love. That's kind of a little secret not a lot of people know about, but it's like a full circle thing here now.
Kind of cool.
And I fell in love with it. I've been fishing with KastKing for 3 years.
It's been about 3 or 4 years since I first seen you come around, yeah?
It's been a great 3 or 4 years, and everything, I've loved watching the team and the company grow, the social media, YouTube, everything. It's crazy. And we got, Brent Chapman, Cliff Crochet. That's crazy. I never thought.
I tell you what, man, KastKing's dropping bombs, man. They're throwing hooks.
I know, it's crazy.
I tell you what, we got some big news. If you guys are just not tuning in, we got big news coming. Got a new product that's going to just flat blow the doors off of the industry. I can't tell you much more about it, but you're going to want to keep watching the next show or two. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek info. Maybe when Cliff Crochet's on there, him and I will talk about it a little bit. But also, if you're just not tuning in, because of this guy over here, this guy behind me, he is why we're giving a spinning reel away tonight. We're giving a reel away. I'm going to tell you about what reel we're giving away and why in just a second. Actually, I'll let you tell us.
All right. So, as I showed you guys a few minutes ago, I won a tournament this past weekend, on a very specific KastKing reel that we'll talk about real quick. But before I give it away, I'll give you a little bit of detail about the tournament. It was on Kentucky Lake. Kentucky Lake is a renowned fishery. People know about it for these giant bags of fish. And over the past few years, it's gotten tough. There's quite a few reasons: Asian carp, declining grass, like in English, and just a whole plethora of reasons that made the lake tough. I went into this tournament last week knowing that it was going to be difficult, but I also knew that it's fall, and fall is a great time to fish. They're not offshore on those ledges anymore where everybody's they're heading to the backs of these creeks. So I thought, every part of me told me to go fish shallow, and that's what I did all day long until around noon. Around noon, I got scared because we didn't put a fish in the boat, didn't have a bite.
And shallow's comfort fishing, I know it's one of my strong points. I really fish shallow a lot. I know Brent Chapman, that's like one of his biggest strong points is he's a power fisher in shallow water.
Well, this summer, I've spent just about the whole entire time out deep. And for me to just jump up on the bank real quick I didn't have any practice, nothing to go off of. I just went up there. And I'd spent all summer offshore playing with this reel, the specific reel at that. I haven't picked up a bait caster in I don't know how long because there's been no need to. I've been catching fish. But that's on a different lake. Kentucky Lake's an animal.
Right.
I fished shallow all day. Could not get a bite. Couldn't even get bluegill to bite. I was scared. So I ran down to the opposite end of the lake, away from all the ledges, away from all these creeks, and went to these bluff walls that are on the southern end of Kentucky Lake. Now, when I say southern end, for you guys that know about Kentucky Lake, I'm talking past New Johnsonville, way south of the ledge fishing, past that. And they're just bluff walls. At one point, I had the boat on the bank trying to undo a snag, and my depth finder behind me was reading 30 feet right off of the bank. So it's just a vertical sheer
boat, you're
drop.
pretty much almost running aground, but at the back of the boat, you've got a 30-foot bluff.
Just 30 feet down, and that's the way the lake pretty much runs all the way out. You might have a little point come up every now and then, but it's a very featureless area, not very many creeks. Barge traffic's about the only people you'll run into, just shipping, stuff like that. So going down there was just a last-minute ditch effort for me. And at one point, I was fishing a deep crank on the Speed Demon Pro deep cranking stick.
Now, you're saying this was a last-ditch effort. How many fish what time was it, and how many fish did you have in the boat at this point in the tournament?
At this point, it's right around 12:30. I caught a single fish, hadn't had a single bite.
So nothing. Fish in the boat?
Not a one.
Tournament ends at what time?
2 o'clock.
So you have a 2 o'clock weigh-in, no fish in the boat. Okay, so yes, that was the epitome of last-ditch effort. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm still going strong. I'm a power fisherman. I like fishing, big baits. I love the Speed Demon Pro deep cranking stick. That's one of my favorites. I started throwing, big plugs around these bluff balls, trying to bang them into something, get a reaction bite. That wasn't happening. At one point, my buddy in the photo back there picked up his spinning setup. Yep, that's good old Matthew. Hopefully, I think
Matthew Katzmer, we love you, bro. Thank you for getting this guy on the KastKing.
That's my boy right there. But he picked up the old drop shot, and I reached in the rod locker and did the same, and we went to work. And
just went to Finesse Town, huh?
Yeah, these bluff walls. There were pebble on the top of it before it dropped, and I was playing around with that, and he threw out deep, what I thought was deep, but what he actually did was run it in front of a lay-down tree that was dipping down. I don't know how far it dipped down. I didn't, go back and check, but he caught a fish off of one of those lay-down trees almost instantly. It was really quick, and that kind of gave me a little something after I got the net up.
Yeah, after hours of nothing, now all of a sudden there's hope.
Yeah, I put his fish up, turned the live well on, made a cast, and before I could reach back to turn the live well off, I was asking for the net myself. Within just this short window of time, everything changed, and we kind of figured it out. Got that fish in, went back to work, kept trying, and Kentucky Lake is rough because that actually, and I haven't said this, everybody's asking about the weight and everything. Nobody really knows unless they've really paid attention to my stuff, but it was 4 pounds and 3 ounces is how much we caught, and that was for those 2 fish. We had more bites all through the day. I found all kinds of fish, but they were all shorts. Kentucky Lake has a huge age gap of fish that are missing. These 2 to 6 pound fish that everybody's used to just aren't there. So it turns out that day there were 3 other tournaments that I know of on different sections of the lake. You divide it up into thirds. And as far as I know, nobody had over 8 pounds.
Really?
8 or 9 pounds. So to just figure something out at the end of the day and throw it together real quick and have a whole 10 more miles of lake that probably could have worked on easily, that's crazy. But that's how tough Kentucky Lake really is.
So that the lake turned off, or it's just a tough lake all the time?
Well, it has its days. In the springtime, there was a 46-pound bag caught, which is crazy.
Bag. That's a big bag.
But yeah, but now a normal bag of fish on the lake can range from, you can catch 6 pounds, you may catch 16 pounds, you may catch 22 pounds. A tournament a couple weeks ago I was in. First place was 22, second was 16.
So on that particular day, the fish just were being a challenge that day.
I don't really know a lot of the science behind it, but there's just a big group of fish that are missing now. That tells you anything. It's just tough. It's tough. It's real tough. But
Well, you had a secret weapon, I hear.
Yeah, I did. I sure did. I feel like you might have one with you right now, dude.
See, now I've got mine mounted on a walleye rod, but was it this guy right here?
Oh, it was that beautiful piece of bass fishing machinery.
See, now that's the cool thing about that. See, we in my live show ad, for those of you guys watching right now, because of Kendall right here, this guy right here, I called him the $20 champion. Because realistically, this is about a $20 investment. $19.95 for a 2000 series. It's like $22 for a 3000 and $24 for a 4000. The 2000 and 3000 series are going to be your most prominent bass fishing reel. Were you fishing with a 2000 or 3000?
2000.
See, so right there, that's it. You got the $20 special, baby. Right there, $20 champion.
As budget as
$20 investment. Right here. The KastKing Brutus. This is a 4-to-1 ball bearing, 17.5-pound multi-disc drag. This baby right here got you on the podium for first place. Was that a Total Bass Nation tournament? It was TB Nation or TB. What was it?
That's it was just they put it together. It's just the smaller boat thing. I fit the bill, so I just joined into it. They have like 400 or 500 members in the area. So there's quite a few people that fish it.
That's quite a bit following, yeah. That's pretty good. So
another thing that
we've got Kendall Arnold with a $20 reel, getting out there, winning a championship with your friend Matthew, and just doing work, and it all transpired in the last hour of the day on the KastKing Brutus. That's killer, man. That's killer.